I'm Rebo the Degraver, and I'm here to talk a little bit about flying to the Nether in Minecraft. I happened to think recently, is it possible to teleport mid-flight into the Nether if you have enough portals or enough space while flying with Elytra? And so I did some testing and a little bit of research, and it turns out you can. You actually can teleport mid-flight into the Nether. Now, so let's look at the little bit of the data here. So minimum depth is 57. What that means is that you have to have at least 57 portals back to back in order to fly, in order to teleport in the middle of flying into the Nether and actually do that. Additionally, these portals need to be at least 14 blocks tall. So that means that from top to bottom, each portal is 14 blocks. As you can imagine, this is no joke to build, and I do have a little bit of bad news for you. This doesn't always work. The only way that this works, typically, is that you start with a slow flying speed. Now, as you may be aware, and if you've ever used Elytra before, or maybe seen another player use Elytra, when you first begin flying with Elytra, you kind of start out... Now let's try that again. So what I wanted to demonstrate is that when you start flying with Elytra, you kind of start at a slow horizontal velocity, and whenever you turn as well, your velocity slows down, but you gain more speed as you glide downward until you start to go really fast. So the catch about building it only 57 blocks deep, and I'll explain what I mean by using the word only there, is that you have to start with a slow flight in order for this to work. But I'll demonstrate, it does work, and I can show that to you here. So I'm gonna land in this spot, go into adventure mode again, and I'm flying now. You're gonna just see a bunch of purple mist, but I am flying, and mid-flight I have transported into the Nether, and you might have saw it for a little bit there. I was flying, and I even had the opportunity to while I was flying there, I was able to jump off the ground. Apparently there's a little bit of lag, so that the game doesn't actually pick up that you're flying and hitting the ground. So I was able to jump off the ground and stay in a flying state from the portal. And so that's kind of a fun fact too. If your portal on the other side is at least as tall as how far you were off the ground when you teleported into the Nether, then that's how high you'll spawn in the Nether, and you will spawn in a flying state. So that's kind of fun. Now let me show you what I mean by only 57 portals deep. If you enter those portals flying at top speed, even if you enter from the very top, you'll be going so fast that you can actually leave the back-to-back sandwich of portals per se before it teleports you. So I did some more tests and some more experimentation, and found that ultimately, to ensure that you're going to teleport to the Nether flying, what you have to have, or what you need, is this giant deep sandwich of portals. So this is so to teleport from the fastest flight speed, you need a minimum of 96 blocks of depth. Now to round that out, and to make sure that there's no chance that you're not going to teleport, you absolutely will, and you'll do it in mid-flight as long as you keep your cursor near the horizon, so that you don't slow down or anything and fall to the ground. You have to have at least 100 portals deep. Now, because you are also flying a longer distance, you do descend more as you fly. So that means that the portals themselves need to be taller as well for this 100 portal model. and so they need to be 22 blocks tall. So that's from the top obsidian block there to the bottom, you've got 22 blocks of height. Now that means that the total amount of obsidian blocks you need is 71 stacks and 56 blocks of obsidian blocks. So to put that into perspective, a single double chest carries 54 stacks of blocks. So you'll need to fill one entire double chest, and then an additional chest next to it. You will need to have, let's see, 17 additional stacks plus 56 more blocks of obsidian. That's how much you need to be able to construct this thing here. Even with, we saved about 100 blocks on each corner by skimping on the corners. So even with that, you need minimum that many obsidian blocks. Now, practically, it's not going to be fun to mine that much obsidian, especially in survival mode. And this really is more of just a novelty. I mean, while you're flying, you can't really tell that you're flying. All that you know is that there's a purple mist around you, and I mean, if you look in F3 mode, you can see that you're moving, of course. But outside of that, you don't have any indication that you're flying. The nature of portals is that you can't really have any windows to the sides to let you look out. You can't decorate it at all. And another thing that's kind of inevitable about this sort of thing is you're going to have zombie pigmen accumulating inside of it. So if we look in F3 mode here, you'll see up at the top left where it says the E line, the entities. The number of entities in view here is about 7, so there's about 7 zombie pigmen. Not a lot, but it will add some more zombie pigmen to your world by doing this. Yeah, so the 100 portal model is really what you need if you want to be able to teleport from top speed into the Nether. Something else I did here is I made the front portal a little shorter, but I made it start at the top. And this just helps you to ensure that you're entering at an optimal height to where you're not going to hit the ground and teleport in not in flight mode. So that if you make the hole at the top there, then you're definitely going to the Nether flying, assuming your elytra don't break or you don't slam into the wall or anything like that. So one more time, just for funsies, let's go ahead and jump in here and fly to the Nether one more time, this time at full speed. Again, we'll enter in flight mode, and it kind of lags a little bit. That was interesting. I had a little bit of extra momentum there, hit the ground, and but yeah, there you go. So, if you want to build this in your world, have fun with it. It's just kind of a cool little thing. Again, more of a novelty than something that's practical to make. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you'd like more Minecraft novelties, I would love to show them to you. So please be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content. This has been Revo, the Degraver, signing out.